Tonight, we are pleased to present this award to Katherine Nasol.
Katherine has dedicated her time at Stanford to serving communities on and off campus. On campus, she is involved in the Filipino American Student Union, where she creates programming to inform and challenge community members on issues pertaining to social justice and identity. She has also led an alternative spring break on human trafficking in the Bay Area and created a curriculum for and taught a class on Filipino studies. Off campus, she is passionately working for organizations such as the Non-Biome Silicon Valley to empower Filipino youth and the Filipino Association of Workers and Immigrants to organize migrant workers in the Bay Area.
As one nominator describes, quote, Katherine also serves people through her everyday actions. She is incredibly caring and puts her friends before herself to make sure they are cared for. She consistently checks in with her peers to see how they are feeling and is a great listener and comforting friend. End quote. We are honored to present Katherine Nasol with the Public Service Award.
Thank you so much to the Asian American Activity Center for organizing this great event. And also, can people see me, by the way? And thank you to the Advisory Board for this prestigious award. I would like to thank the Filipino American Student Union, the Asian American community, and my kasamas, or comrades, to be my strong support network and my go-to global buddies. And of course, thank you to my strong, loud, and wonderful family who are sitting right in the front row with all their cameras. Thank you, Mom, for giving birth to me 21 years ago, and happy early Mother's Day. When I first received this award, I automatically thought about the phrase, serving the people. And I would like to elaborate on this phrase by talking about a woman named Mary Jane Veloso. Mary Jane is a Filipino worker who was unjustly sentenced to execution in Indonesia. Coerced into an international drug trafficking scheme, she was denied her rights to a fair trial, and after several appeals to free her, her execution date was set last week on April 28th. Although her execution was what made the headlines, you rarely hear about her own story and what brought her to Indonesia. Growing up in the Philippines, she was raised in a peasant family and had to discontinue her schooling in order to work abroad. As a mother of two, she worked as a domestic worker in the Middle East, but fled her work when her employer attempted to rape her. Her story reminded me of the Filipino women in my life. It reminded me of my friends who have struggled with sexual assault here on this campus, and the domestic workers in Hong Kong who tried to Skype with their families every night. It reminded me of my own mother, who had to separate from my dad and my sister in the early 80s in order to build a base here in San Jose. When they reunited a few years later, my sister could barely recognize my mother's face. Mary Jane represented the war on women, especially working-class migrant women. Her story resonated with thousands of people across the world, and communities mobilized to demand her freedom. On the day before her execution date, the world was unsure if she would be alive the next day. But on April 28th, the news spread that her execution was delayed, and she was kept alive. Mary Jane and the spark she created showed the beauty of serving the people. Service became more than a moment or a one-time donation. It became a movement that showed that people are the real change makers of society. We see this form of service right here at Stanford. We saw it when students mobilized against sexual assault in White Plaza. We saw it on the blockades on the 101 intersection and the San Mateo Bridge for Palestinian and Black liberation. The service is also seen in our personal relationships. It is in the simple conversations we have with our friends or the workers here on campus. And we do not do these things to cause a ruckus or to create attention towards ourselves, but we do it because we are sick of living in a society where a white police officer kills a black suspect twice a week, where 6,000 people are forced to leave the Philippines every day, when even just one person is incarcerated or assaulted, or just feels the pains of injustice. We are sick because we hold a vision of a new society where we want these oppressions to no longer exist in our world. This vision is why we stand here today. It is what built our Asian American community here at Stanford. We would not be present if it wasn't for students who had this revolutionary idea that one day students would have a space to feel safe, where they can educate themselves about their histories, to drink mocha, make friends, learn about their culture, but also have their humanity recognized by this campus. We stand on their shoulders. So for the youth and students who are here today, I challenge you to be a part of this legacy. I challenge you to look beyond your PSETs, your Facebooks, your laptops and midterms, and to wake up to the world around you. To not be afraid to struggle, to have those courageous conversations, and hold people and institutions accountable. Radically love those who are most exploited. Be bold and daring, create this new society, and most importantly, serve the people. Thank you.
Thank you, Katherine. Your dedication and commitment to public service is inspirational. Again, congratulations on your award.